a place where you want to go in your summer vacations, your free time. These all places have their own name, their own identifications. Okay, and these names are called nouns. Like Goa, Kanpur, Japan, Italy, Banaras, Uttar Pradesh, Agra, etc. Okay? Person, the name of any person. As like Ramesh, Suresh, Madhav, Riya, Sia. These all are names who identify a person. Like Priya, Nisha, Raman, etc. Okay? Animals, you know about animals? When you visit a zoo, you saw a lot of animals there. Elephant, tiger, giraffe, hippopotamus, and zebra, crocodile. Lot of birds are there. Parrot, peacock, eagles, monkeys, animals, birds. These all are nouns like that. Things, non-living things. Non-living things are made by human beings. Human beings are living things and non-living things are made by human beings. As like fan, computer, laptop, table, chair, pen, pencil, book, car, truck, airplanes, trains, many things are there, right? These all are non-living things and these all are nouns. I hope this is clear to you. The all naming things, the all naming words are called noun. The name of any person, place, thing and animal is noun. In this chapter, two types of noun is given. First, common noun. Second, proper noun. Common noun and proper noun. Proper noun, a particular name of any person, place or thing, and animal too. A particular name, a special name. As like there are a lot of dogs and I like my pet dog whose name is Jackie. So Jackie is proper noun and dogs are common noun. Okay. A group of girls are there. There is my best friend Radhika in the group. So girls are common noun and Radhika proper noun. Okay. I hope this is clear to you. A special name. A special name called proper noun. A simple name called common noun. I hope this is clear to you. Difference between common noun and proper noun. Remember students, read this chapter again and do complete all exercises because this is a revision of, and I am moving to our next chapter, chapter 3rd, collective noun. Students, now turn to pages, come on page number 12. This is chapter 3rd, collective noun. Chapter 3rd, collective noun. Okay, so I am going to tell you what is collective noun. Collective If there is a one flower, we will represent it as like flower, and then we have many flowers. How will we represent that? Bouquet of flowers. What will say? Bouquet of flowers. That is the difference between one and many. When many are there, it makes a collection or a group, and there is a particular name for that group or that collection. As like a fish, a single fish is there and many fishes are there. Many fishes, many fish. Okay? So what will we say? We will not say many fish are there. What will we say? A school of fish. A school of fish. That is a collection of fish. A group of fish. Okay? Collective nouns stand for those where some collection or group is there. That collection and group has their own name. These are called collective noun. Alright, these are called collective noun. Students, so many examples are here in your book. You can see flower, bouquet of flower, fish, school or shell of fish, a key, bunch of keys, a dog, a pack of dog. Here, a pride of lions, a set of books, a gang of thieves, an army of soldiers, a class of pupils, and many more. You have to learn it. Okay? Turn page number 14. A lot of collective nouns are given here. Okay? See? A lot of collective nouns are given here. You have to learn it. Okay? So, come on page number 13 and exercise number 8. Alright? Open it. I am going to tell you these 10 cows, herd, a herd of cows, bees, a song of bees, fish, a shoal of fish, key, a bunch of keys, flower, a bouquet of flowers, a bouquet of flowers, students, a class of students, sheep, a flock of sheep, squirrel, a curry of squirrel, ladies, a baby of ladies, and dog, a pack of dogs. So in exercise A number is clear. Now you have to do B number by yourself. All are given here. If any confusion will be there, I will solve it. Okay? So try by yourself, and math of all lines is done. So students, what we did today? We did about noun, proper noun and common noun, and after that we did collective noun, the group and the collection. The group and collection is there that contain a name for it. A group and collection is there that contain a name, as like flower, many flower called bouquet, fish, many fish called a school of fish. That is, there are so many fishes. I hope this chapter is clear to you. We revise chapter 2nd. And now this is chapter 3rd, collective. Alright students, I hope this is clear. Do complete all your last work, means chapter 2nd work, and do chapter 3rd work by yourself. We will meet in our next class. Till then, do your work with the help of your parents. Do exercise of chapter 3, collective noun. I am writing over here. Do page number 13 in chapter 3rd. This is your homework. This is a compulsory thing.
Morning students, this is your maths class and today we will discuss chapter number 3, fractional numbers. Okay, and the topic is comparison of fractions. Comparison of fractions. This is a fraction form, numerator and that's denominator. Okay, comparison of fractions means we have two fractions like that. We have to comparison which is greater and which is bigger. Okay. Among two fractions having the same denominator, the fraction with greater denominator is greater than the other. Means the denominator are same. Denominator are same and the numerator are different. Then the greater numerator means this fraction is greater than this. Okay. Next example. Now the denominator are same and numerator are different. Then the greater numerator, this one is greater. Okay. Then this fraction is greater than this. Okay. Understood? Next, among two fractions having the same numerator, the fraction with smaller denominator is greater than the other. Here, the numerator are same and the denominator are different. Numerator are same and denominator are different. Then the smaller denominator means this fraction is greater than this. You all know this sign is greater than and this one is smaller. Okay. The next example is 11 upon 14 and 11 upon 12. The numerator are same and the denominator are different. Then which fraction is bigger? The smaller denominator. Okay. Then this fraction is bigger than this. Understood? Okay. Students, now open your book, page number 14, exercise 3E. Exercise 3E. Okay. Question number 1 is fill in the blanks by putting greater or smaller in each of the following to make the statement true. And the question number 1, 5 upon 11 is 7 upon 11. Then which fraction is greater? We have to know. I tell you that the denominator is same and the numerator are different. Then the greater numerator, this fraction is greater than this because the numerator are greater. Understood? Next question. 15 upon 19. 15 upon 19 and the second fraction is 12 upon 19. Denominator are same and the numerator are different. Then the greater numerator, this means this fraction is greater than this. Understood? Next question. Question number 3. 7 upon 16 and the second fraction is 5 upon same method. Denominator are same and the numerator are different. Then the greater numerator, it means this fraction is greater than this. All the questions are same. Now question number 7. First fraction is 14 upon 31 and the second one is 28 upon 31. Denominator are same. This one is greater than this numerator. Then this fraction is greater than this. Okay. All the questions are same. Okay. Students, the next step is comparison of fractions with unlike numerator and unlike denominator. You know what is unlike numerator and unlike denominator? Their fraction 1 upon 5 and 3 upon 9. These fractions are unlike numerator and unlike denominator. Okay, it means the numerator are different and the denominator are different also. Okay. Then how can we comparison that who is greater and who is smaller? Then we multiply the numerator and denominator of each fraction by a suitable number. Okay. Then we multiply numerator and denominator with a suitable number. It means the first fraction is 1 upon 5. Then we multiply by numerator and denominator with same number. Okay. The value is 9 upon 45 and the second fraction is 3 upon 9. Then we multiply with 5. We got the value 15 upon 45. Okay. We got the fraction 9 upon 45 and second one is 50 upon 55. We have two fractions and the denominator are same. Then comparison 9 upon 45, 15 upon 45. The numerator, this numerator is bigger than this. So this fraction is greater than this. Understood? And so second example 5. Now comparison who is greater and who is smaller. Okay. The numerator are different and the denominator are also different. This means unlike numerator and unlike denominator. Understood? Then The first fraction is 2 upon 5. We will multiply by 7. Both numerator and denominator. And we find the value 14 upon 35. First fraction is 14 upon 35. And the second one 3 upon 7. Multiply with 5. Okay? 15 upon 7 times 35. We got the second fraction. Okay? Now we will comparison. 14 upon 35 and the second one is 15 upon 35. Here the denominator are same and the numerator are different. This one is bigger numerator. Then this fraction is bigger than this. Okay? Understood? Students, we have another method. Okay. How can we comparison? This method is cross multiply. Okay. Cross multiply is this and this. Okay. But this is numerator multiply with this denominator. Okay. Now 3 into 3 is equal to 9. And the second one is now 5 multiply with 2. 5 is 10. Okay? 9 and 10. 10 is greater than 9. It means 3 upon 5 and this one is 2 upon 3. 10 is greater and 9 is smaller than this value. This fraction is smaller. This fraction is greater than this. Okay? Now come to the exercise. Part B, which is greater in each of the following pairs of fractions. B part. Look, question number 1. Question number 1. 5 upon 7 and the second one is 3 upon 5. We have two fractions and the numerator and the denominator are different. It means we have unlike numerator and unlike denominator. Then we will apply another method, second method. Okay? Which comes multiply cross multiply method. Okay? Then 5 into 5. 5 is equal to 25 and this one is 7 into 3. 7 is 21. Okay? 25 and 21. 25 is greater than 21. Then 5 upon 7 is greater than 3 upon 5. Understood? This is cross multiply method. Understood? First we multiply with this and this. Okay? Question number 2. Students, question number second. 1 upon 8. And second fraction is 3 upon 7. Okay. Then we will use cross multiply method. Okay. 1 upon 8 and second one is 3 upon 7. First we multiply 1 multiply by 7 and second 8 multiply by 3. 1 multiply by 7 is equal to 7 and 8 multiply by 3 is equal to 24. Cross multiply. 7 and 24. 24 is greater than 7. Then 1 upon 8 and 3 upon 7. 3 upon 7 is greater than 1 upon 8. Okay, students. Question number 8. 5 upon 12 and second fraction is 7 upon 8. Okay. We apply cross multiply. 5 upon 12, 7 upon 8. First we multiply 5 into 8 is equal to 40. Then multiply 12 into 7 is equal to 84. 40 and 84. 4 is greater than 40. Then 5 upon 12 and 7 upon 8. 7 upon 8 is greater than 5 upon 12. All the questions are same. Okay. Part C, which is smaller in each of the following pairs of fractions? The same method. Question number second. 7 upon 15 and second one 1 upon 5. Okay, we apply cross multiply method. Then this multiply by this. 7 multiply by 5 is equal to 35. 15 multiply by 1 is equal to 15. Then 35 is greater than 15. It means 15 is less than 35. Okay? It means 1 upon 5 is less than 7 upon 15. Understood? Question number part D. Fill in the blanks by putting greater or smaller or is equal to in each of the following to make the statement true. Understood? Part 1. Question number 1. Question number 1, 2 upon 5 and the second fraction is 4 upon 7. We will apply cross multiply method. 7, 2 multiply 7 is equal to 14 and 4 multiply 14 is equal to 16. Then 14 is less than 16. Understood? Now 2 upon 4 is less than 4 upon 7. Understood? Fourth number question, 11 upon 12 and the second fraction is 5 upon 12. Denominator are same and the greater numerator is 11. So the fraction 11 upon 12 is greater than 5 upon 12. Okay. Students, that's all. That's enough for today. And your homework is you have to do all the exercise. Exercise 3E. Okay.
Welcome back to your GK class, online Shivaji Group of Institutions online classes. Dear students, this is your GK period here. I am your GK teacher, Sanjay Verma. Before starting anything, those students haven't done their work, we can complete. So now everyone just take out your GK book, and this is your GK book. So now open content page. Content page. Here you can see the all stuff, all the chapters, all the units. So our first unit is life skill, and our first chapter is our surrounding, and this is on a page number 7. So open page number 7, our surrounding lesson, but mention CW also. So dear student, first of all you tell me what is a surrounding. सराउंडिंग क्या होता है? हमारे चारों तरफ का वातावरण, एनवायरनमेंट, जो हमारे सराउंडिंग होता है, जो हमारे आसपास होता है. A clean body leads to a healthy mind, and healthy surroundings lead to a healthy nation. As a responsible citizen, we must keep our surroundings tidy so that we can live a healthy life. Throwing garbage in trash bins, controlling the use of plastic bags, encouraging the use of bicycle and carpool all are some activities to keep our surrounding and our environment clean. If you want to clean your body in proper way, so you all have to clean your surrounding. अगर हमारे आसपास चारों तरफ का वातावरण क्लीन नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा? Our surrounding will be untidy, then we also covered with diseases, a lot of diseases. So you all have to try to clean your environment or our surrounding. Okay? How can we clean our surrounding? Throwing garbage in dustbins. Try to use less plastic bags. Reuse your paper bags. Encouraging the use of bicycle. Using of bicycle is a beneficial for our health also, and our body will be fit. I hope you all have understood what is our surrounding. So now come to the exercise. Mention below a few actions that are either good for the surrounding or bad. Write true or false against each action. First is, we can use the used kitchen water to water the plants. Is it true or false? Is it true? Why? Can we use water? Can we use kitchen water to the watering the plants? Yes, because when we wash the vegetables, after washing the vegetables, the water is useful to watering the plants. We can use that water to watering the plants. That's why this sentence is true. So our first option is sentence is true. 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 Now second sentence, we should avoid burning firecrackers. Is it true or false? It is true. We should avoid burning firecrackers because if we avoid it, then our environment will be clean. If we do not, then it will be harmful for our environment, and then our surrounding or our environment here will reduce the usage of chemicals. So this is true. Now fourth, more plastics, cups and bags should be brought in use. Is it true or false? Is it false? Can we use more plastic packets or cups? No, because plastic is harmful for our earth. So it will also harm to our environment. That's why we have tried to use less plastic bags or plastic cups or etc. whatever thing is made by plastic. Try to use paper bag for reuse, because paper bag is also help us to reuse it. Okay, and this is very beneficial for our environment. So this sentence is false. Now come to the fifth point. We should try to grow our food in house or locally. Yes, it is true. Why? Because there are some harmful particles that harm our vegetables, or there are some chemicals they are using to grow up our vegetables or food as soon as possible. Some people try to their vegetables to grow up fast using chemical products. So we have to try to grow up our vegetables in our house or in our locality. So this sentence is true. Write true in your fifth sentence in front of. Now come to the sixth point. People should use more horns or loud music systems in cars. Is it true or false? It is false. Can we use loud music in our cars or at our home? No, because this loud music is causes of the noise pollution. So don't play your music loudly. Now come to the seventh point. To make compost for plants, we should use vegetables and fruit waste. It is true. So write here in your blog, true. Now 8. When having a bath, we should use a shower for long hours? No. Why? Because when we showering for long hours, that time we don't have right to waste our water. If we waste water, it will harmful for our earth. So use water for the only for limited time. Okay, so this sentence is false. Come to the 9.9 sentence. Last but not the least, we should always encourage carpooling to avoid wastage of fuel. This is true. Now again I am repeating the exercise. First is, we can use the used kitchen water to water the plants. True. Write the spelling again. Here I am repeating the spelling of true also. The usage of chemicals and pesticides in agriculture should be reduced. True. More plastic cups and bags should be brought in use. False. Fifth, we should try to grow our food in a house or locality. True. Now sixth, people should use more horns or loud music system in cars. False. To make compost for plants, we should use vegetable and fruit waste. True. Eighth, while having a bath, we should use a shower for long hours. False. We should always encourage carpooling to avoid wastage of fuel. True. So now, dear students, our today's topic is completed. So you all have to complete this chapter in your homework and learn this chapter. That is enough for today. Thank you, students, for attending this class. Hello everyone, this is your moral science period. Here I am a moral science teacher, Sanju Verma. I warm welcome to you all. I hope you all enjoy your summer vacation at your home with your parents. So now, first of all, I will just take out your moral value book, and this is your moral value book. So now, open content page, and this is your content page, and content page number is 3rd, and the page number is 20. So now, open page number 20, everyone. Okay, so this is our chapter 3rd, playing fair. So now, let's start our reading. Playing fair. Objective of lesson to the children to be honest and truthful in their attitudes, to make them understand honest person always remain happy and peaceful. Dear students, in this chapter we will learn about honesty and our truthful attitude. We all have to be honest and our attitude should be positive and truthful. So now let us read the story of a boy to know how unfair means make us the winner, but don't give up real happiness. In this story we learn a lesson and we know about how can we winner by doing cheating with the other person, and but after winning we don't feel any really happiness. So now let's start our chapter. Victory by unfair means versus hard work. Victory by unfair means versus hard work. Okay. Ayush and Yash are good friends. Both of them study in the same class. They always compete with each other in a healthy manner. Once both get selected for the annual poem recitation competition. The first prize is a glittering trophy. Dear students, first of all, underline the glittering word. Underline the glittering word. Underline this word. Each wants to win the trophy in the competition. They chose their poem carefully and spent a lot of time in practicing. A week before the competition, Ayush asked Yash, which poem have you prepared? Yash tells him that he has selected a poem about a bird. There were two friends and Ayush and Yash who selected any poem? He replied to him, yeah, I selected a poem and that is based on bird. Ayush says, have you practiced it? Do you know it by heart? Oh yeah, I do, replied Yash. Let me hear it, says Ayush. Ayush says, have you practiced it? When Yash told him that he selected a poem that about a bird, then Ayush get uncomfortable. He asked him, have you practiced it? And do you know it by heart? Do you really know it is good poem? Do you know about this poem? Oh yeah, I do. Then Yash replied, yes, I know about this poem. Says Ayush. Then Ayush says to Yash, let me recall it. Let me hear it. Yash recites the poem to Ayush. He also tells him that he is going to carry a hand puppet on a bird for his recitation. Do you know what is puppet? Puppet is a cartoon where that can be used in our hand. For example, you wear a monkey's face mask very less. On Wednesday, Yash gets unwell and misses school. Their teacher announces that the recitation competition will now be held on Thursday. Now students please underline the word announces. Announces. Underline this word. Okay. On Wednesday, Yash getting ill. That's why he misses his school because he was getting ill. So he misses his school, and their teacher announced that the recitation competition will be held on Thursday. On that day, on Wednesday, when Yash gets unwell, that's why he misses his school. On that day, teacher announced that your recitation competition is held on Thursday. Ayush, will you please inform Yash about the change since he lives near your house? Asks the teacher. Teacher asks to Ayush that will you please inform to Yash about these changes? If you lives near his house, then Yash says. Then Ayush says, yeah, I will. But he decided inside, no, I will not inform you. Why he decided? Because he was jealous from his friend. And jealousy is a very bad habit. The next day when Yash comes to school, Ayush pretends that he forgot to inform him about the change of date of the competition. Please underline the spelling pretends. when he see to himself in the front of the mirror, he feel very shameful. So, moral of the story is we should never cheat our friend in our life. If you cheat with your friend, if you cheat with your close person, then you will surely lose that person. So, we all need to know what it means to be honest. Honest is more than not lying. It is truth telling, truth speaking, truth living, and truth loving. In our life, we all have to, we should never tell a lie and be honest with our closest person or every person. Okay, so now I hope you all have understand this chapter. What is the moral of the story? Moral of the story is be honest and don't get jealous with your friends. If you get jealous, then you will lose your friend. So now, dear students, here some word hard word is given. So please learn this word meaning. And now come to the exercise. Open page number 22, turn your page, and our exercise A. Write T for true statement and F for false statements. Now take out your pencil eraser. Dear students, in your homework you all have to do this exercise A and this one. Let's think and do this. Okay, and please complete this exercise in your homework. And thank you students for attending this class. Hello everyone, this is your art period. Now open your art book everyone. Open page number 3 and here you can see the picture of grandparents puppet. Now read the instructions. Color the picture by the color names using crayons as indicated. Here in this picture, in this puppet picture, you can see colors name which is indicated the colors whatever we use. So now take your crayons. Here is brown. So start brown color. Take brown color and start shading like this. Color this portion. Color it like this. Now come to this portion. Like this. I complete this portion and this portion like this. Now take pink color for this portion. Do coloring with, give light pressure with your hand. Firstly here I outline the face part of this puppet picture because I said puppet picture because it's look like a puppet. Orange color for this portion because here you can see color name is written and indicate the orange color. Firstly I outline this picture, this part. Now color it like this. Now here I take blue color for this portion because here you can see blue color is written and indicate blue shade. Color this portion like this and this is also
do like this in running line. Now come to this portion. Now I take yellow for this portion. Color it like this. Now I take sky blue color for this portion. Now here I show you how to color this picture, and now you all have to color this part, because this part I give you in homework. Okay students, so in your homework color this portion. As you can see, the color name are mentioned here, that is indicated. You used same name color here: pink, grey, green, blue here, black here. And for this, red, black for here, pink, red for this portion, orange for this portion. And in a butterfly, for this part, pink, and for this portion, violet. Okay student, I hope you all have to enjoy this your coloring class. Now thank you for today attending this class. That is enough for today. We will meet in our next turn.